Jonathan Harker, a young English solicitor, visits Count Dracula in his castle in ruins in Transylvania to provide legal support for a real estate transaction in London. Dracula also wants to know more about laws and customs of the United Kingdom. After a few days in the castle, Harker starts to suspect that his host is a strange and horrific creature. He is sure when one night he sees the Count crawling down a wall of the castle, like a lizard. From now on, he is Dracula's prisoner. Meanwhile, in England, Mina, Jonathan's future wife, lives with her wealthy friend Lucy Westenra. Lucy will be Dracula's first victim on London territory. The girl receives 3 marriage proposals from a psychiatrist, John Seward, an American adventurer, Quincy Morris, and a young English noble, Arthur Holmwood. Lucy will accept Holmwood's proposal. When Lucy begins to show the symptoms of an unknown disease, Seward calls his illustrious teacher, Professor Van Helsing. He will warn the other characters about the threat that they will have to face, the vampire. Following Lucy's death, the fierce chase of the monster begins. In the end, after many difficulties, the vampire is eliminated forever. However, behind the simple fantasy tale about the ancestral fight between good and evil, Stoker wanted to conceal other themes. First of all, mental sanity. All the events involving Dracula are described through diary entries, letters, ship's log entries, and press clippings, but Stoker warns the reader about the reliability of the facts reported. Even the characters writing down the events ask themselves if their perception is true or not. Sometimes they think they are insane because of the incredible events they are witnessing. Moreover, more than half of the story takes place in Seward's mental hospital, and several characters have mental disorders. The first is Renfield, Dracula's devotee. Second, Jonathan Harker, the narrator of most of the story, who suffers from nervous breakdown after fleeing from Dracula's castle. Even Lucy Westenra seems to suffer from schizophrenia. Nevertheless, the main theme of the book is the critique of English culture of 19th century, which was unable to understand and open towards foreigners, to look at them without prejudice. In the whole book, the author never expresses Dracula's opinion, judgment, and words. Dracula, the main character, never expresses himself, but is judged and condemned by other characters, who deny him any possibility of explaining or defending himself. In order to express the insensitivity and the moral obtuseness of the characters, Stoker uses a metaphor. While Harker is shaving his face in front of a mirror, Dracula arrives at his back, but Harker does not perceive him because the mirror does not reflect the vampire. The deepest critique concerns social conventions that, according to Stoker, are the mask behind which violence and true human instinct are disguised. Dracula is the personification of human primitive instincts. He has no censor. The most popular film adaptation is surely Bram Stoker's Dracula by Francis Ford Coppola. This movie, released in 1992, is the best and most faithful adaptation of Stoker's story. The director added only few but very important differences. The main one is the love story between Mina and Dracula. It is 1462. The Turks have invaded Europe and Count Vlad faces them bravely. Unfortunately, when he returns home, he finds out that his adored wife has committed suicide. She believed him dead. The church condemns her forever. At this point, blinded by fury and pain, Dracula renounces God and gives his soul to Evil. In the book, there is no mention about Dracula's origins and reasons for becoming a vampire. In 1897, Dracula finds out that in reality Archer's fiancée is the reincarnation of his wife, who died 400 years earlier. He will move heaven and earth to win Mina's love. In the end, she gives in to him. She even remembers their previous life together. By including this love story in the movie, the director limits the critique that Stoker wanted to make against the Victorian society, which was extremely austere and narrow-minded. In fact, Mina is pictured as a lustful woman who does not hesitate before betraying her husband. With the Count, she falls in love with him and kisses him more than one time. In the book, Mina perfectly incarnates Victorian values. She escapes any contact with Dracula and hates him. Instead, Dracula is the one who subverts these values in Stoker's story. Even the character of Lucy Westenra diminishes Stoker's message. In the movie, she is a wealthy and well-educated woman, but she is a libertine. She is not scandalized by talking about sex, which is absurd for a wealthy Victorian woman. Instead, Stoker describes her as the incarnation of Victorian values of purity and chastity, although she seems to be psychologically unstable. In the end of the movie, Dracula has been stabbed and Mina kills him immediately after they have shared a kiss, whereas in the book, Quincy Morris and Harker kill the vampire. By including this change, Coppola makes the story more dramatic. The same Coppola explains all these changes. He wanted to depict Dracula as something different from the classic terrifying monster of horror films. He wanted to depict Dracula as a human, giving him voice, origins, the capacity to love someone. It seems that he wanted to give Dracula a justification for being what he is, a vampire.